kind of purpley. Is that just, oh, there's a lot of people. Hardly any, summons, but, or co-ops. But, yeah, in Bloodborne you'd go down the well for that cheap encounter with the shark things. Shark, that's what people call them, shark things. And they never look like, I never really understood the shark thing. It didn't really look like it to me. I know people also called those, the big things in Dark Souls 2, hippos. I never, I sorta, when I look at it, I can kinda see where they're coming from, but that never really struck me as hippo-like, but anyway, here's another descend into madness area. This area, I think, killed me more than any other area in the game so far. I have to heal. Oh man. Oh, one time I should have stuck. Oh man, these things are so frustrating to fight. From the time I start my attack to when, or from when I press the button to when the attack actually would connect, the thing is moved way out of the way. Even for a sword, these things move out of the way before you can attack. I think I've seen them staggered. I don't know how. Maybe hit their head. I don't normally hit their head much because I'm usually... That's the most dangerous part. I think I had them pretty low there too. I don't know, this is... These are enemies I've already come to grips with. I don't even... There's nothing enjoyable. I just want to get it out of the way. Like, honestly, these things are just... They're just ridiculous. They're just like those shark things in Bloodborne. They also had ridiculous tracking, ridiculous damage, and there's two of them, although one was weaker than the other. And they both put them down a well, so you can't... Although you might be able to cheese them in Bloodborne, because you can get to that area. Oh no, you can't, because of the lack of range. Oh man, I can't believe I got that thing so close. Seemed like it was maybe... It's just, I can't tell. I can't even see its health meter. What? Did you see the damage? I can't even see anything. Absolutely ridiculous. I thought maybe it was staggered. I can't... Oh my goodness. No. It didn't even hit me. How does that do damage? It didn't even hit me. Oh, tornado. Those things are so terrible. They're just terrible enemies. They remind me so much of the... just like a copy and paste of this fire dog boss from Bloodborne. And then tweaked a bit. Well, I can't beat this thing now. One human dregs. That one hit was like... $1,300. Another 1,000 health hit. One single hit for 1,000. Like, I mean, at that point, like, what are you even doing? I mean, why not just make every enemy hits 1,000? Here it is, our genius game. Everything just hits you so hard. Like that. That's not... That's not balanced, that's just cheap. I mean, that's no-brain Dumbo. That's no-brain Dumbo idea. It's like any developer in the world can just make things do more damage to make it hard. That's not a... scissor hand. Did he run out of room? That's not a... That's not a good way to develop game. So here we go. Just make everything super hard, or just make everything hit insanely high amounts. Genius balancing. I definitely noticed that to me, it started with Bloodborne. These things, they attack these absolutely ridiculous amounts. Especially the DLC, holy cow. But the other thing I noticed that stood out to me a lot was in New Game Plus, the very first enemies just absolutely obliterate you. In Dark Souls 2, actually, the first areas are actually easier in New Game Plus because your character's built up so much and they haven't cranked up the damage to these insane amounts. Okay, at least now I don't have to worry about... I can go wherever I want in the arena without triggering the other one. Ugh. Really? 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 It didn't even hit me! This... Oh, the... I can't even see anything. Okay, I'm thinking it's getting staggered there, but it's obviously not. That didn't hit me, I dived out of the way! Oh. Sometimes it does two of those. I've never seen it do only one so many times before. Almost every other time I've fought this thing, it does two. Not that I can tell what is happening here. There we go. At least you get a good reward for it. Yeah, what's the improvement I'm getting here? 38 health, 14 stamina. That's a really good improvement in stamina. 14. That's over a third of the amount of health that I'm getting. But my stamina is way less than a third of my health. Equip loads up a tiny bit. But it's all good. And you get a combination of all three. You gotta take it and run. Now get the Covenant item. Aldrich Faithful. Wait, I didn't... No, okay. Get the derp gem. I mean the deep gem. Here, time to see everybody's old friends, the Orlando Archers. Definitely easier in this game. I mean, it's easier just... You could have the exact same thing, it would be easier just because anyone who's played the other games has experience, but I think even for a new player, this area is easier. Of course, I'll die here because I say that, but even then, it still doesn't change it. It's still easier. Because I die 20 times, well, not 20, but I die multiple times at the other place. I sure wish I could go back and see what my playthrough